You're watching an excerpt from How to Make Money in Stocks with Investors Business Daily.
To see full episodes, check out investors.com/investing show or subscribe for free on iTunes. Now that we've taken a look at using trend lines to spot an earlier, more aggressive entry, let's take a look at another one, and this was used by legendary trader Jesse Livermore, and it is called the Shakeout +3.
Now we're going to use Lululemon as an example. So here we are, let's go back to 2011. This is a more rare pattern which consists of two sharp sell-offs. After the first sell-off, there is a second one which undercuts the first sell-off, and it generally happens in a fairly short period of time, within a few weeks or so, maybe less. Now it can be similar to a double bottom structure, or it could be within a double bottom.
Now here's the first sell-off for Lulu on October 4th, 2011. It hit a low of 42.18. The second low came on December 1st at 41.70. Like with the double bottom, it's very important that that second drop undercuts the first. Since Lululemon did do that, and it had these first two shakeouts, you're now looking for the +3, a rise of at least 3 points, which can be adjusted, as we'll talk about a little bit later, depending on the price of the stock.
Now, the yoga-inspired apparel maker was in the Shakeout +3 position, and then came the market's follow-through day on December the 20th. This was confirming a new uptrend. So if you were building your watch list, you were now poised to look for stocks staging breakouts, and Lululemon had set up in the Shakeout +3 formation.
So from the low, you want to add 3, which means from 41.70 +3, that's going to equal 44.70. Lulu delivered on January 4th, 2012 with a nearly 9% gain to a price of 51.15, meaning it was now more than 8 points, well beyond 8 points, beyond that earlier low.
Now, with any breakout, you want to see big volume, and this is either 40% or greater on the day of the technical breakout. And Lululemon's volume surged that day with volume more than 104% above average. Now, the stock climbed from a pattern which was first identified by legendary trader Jesse Livermore, and it climbed higher for about an 81% gain.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Right.
We'll take that.
Now again, the Shakeout +3 pattern is fairly rare, but it can potentially lead to some nice gains. And we got another example of it recently with Acuity Brands, which makes lighting products.
Now this company, yes, they make these LED lighting, and it performed very well recently coming out of a double bottom structure, and it provides another good example of the Shakeout +3 pattern.
So here's the double bottom that Acuity formed this year from August to October. The first sell-off came as the stock hit a low of 184.92. Then the stock formed the second leg down with a low of 168.33. So you have the two shakeouts, and now you're looking for the +3. But in the case of Acuity, the share price was about $170. So you might adjust that bar to say 6.
And the day it hit that mark, the stock rose almost 4% on volume that increased by 184%. And the stock bounced off the 200-day moving average line, so all of the stars aligned for an investor to get in a little bit early using the Shakeout +3, or sometimes a little more with expensive stocks. It could be a Shakeout +6.
Now keep in mind that this is an earlier, more aggressive entry because the standard buy point for a double bottom is 10 cents above the peak in the middle of the W. So for Acuity, that would be 204.52. Now actually, Acuity went on to form a handle as well. So that presented another buy point, potential buy point of 202.30, 10 cents above the peak in the handle. But either way, that Shakeout +3, or in this case, Shakeout +6 or so, gave an earlier entry.
So trend lines and Shakeout +3s are examples of how investors can get in a little earlier than the traditional buy points. And these are early entries, so be sure to keep an eye out for any weakness or any signs of selling. Be sure to just get out of it in case your trade isn't working out. Not all of these early entries will work, but some of them work out really well and can get you in a little bit earlier.